Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Two Nerds in a Podcast. And happy holidays.
Yeah!
Woo! This
Woo!
episode is a Christmas episode. Yay!
We
Jamie didn't
love
know what we were doing.
Christmas! I don't. I still
So,
don't know what we're doing yet.
we're going to do basically, we're going to do like what we did with the Halloween episode.
Okay.
Like our first Halloween episode where we kind
Mm-hmm.
of went off track. But we're
Mm-hmm.
going to do Christmas because
Okay.
it's December.
Yes.
So I have some Christmas prompts here.
Ooh, okay. This is very exciting that I didn't have to do any research for this episode.
This was all my planning. I did so good.
Casey took initiative, and I was like, awesome, because I don't want to do anything, so you go right ahead.
I'm like, it's my episode. Don't touch it. So I figured that the first thing we could do is a Christmas this or that.
Oh, I love these things.
Me too.
So good.
The first one is a real tree or artificial tree.
Okay, if I had my way, it'd be a real tree because that's what I grew up
Yes.
with when I was little.
Mhm.
We got a real tree. But I live in Southern California where
Yes.
it is a fire hazard all year round. So I understand why we have an artificial tree. Also, I would kind of hate to put the lights on and take the string lights off every year.
Yeah.
Like that would be
Mhm.
annoying. But I love the smell of
Oh my
Christmas
god, I know the
trees.
smell of real Christmas trees is
Ugh,
like beautiful.
so good.
It's so good.
good. So fresh because like both here and where Casey lives in Arizona, we don't have forest. So we don't
No.
really get forest smells except when it rains. Like my house, you can smell the junipers, but that's about it. So we just fresh air smell is nice. But
Yes.
if I had the option, I'd choose a real tree.
Me too. I would choose a real tree. When I lived in Oregon, we had real trees, and
Oh,
the smell of them is just so good. They are a pain because they're like you gotta
you have to,
water them and clean them
yeah,
up because they shed all their little pines. But
yeah.
like the smell alone is worth all of that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Because we try to buy the little like sensicle things that you hang on your artificial tree that are supposed to smell like an actual Christmas tree, but they're always slightly too artificial smelling. That is just, it's not the same. Oh, but I love a real Christmas tree. I have always wanted to go and chop one down myself and then bring it home.
Hmm. Yeah, that'd be fun. My Christmas tree is the Christmas tree I've had since I think 2020, and it's like one of those little mini Christmas trees, but it's all
Oh,
pink, and it has all
cute.
pink lights and all pink ornaments, and it's
Oh my
very me.
gosh. Yeah, I have a little Christmas tree in my room that I had little ornaments for, but I don't know. I have such like an eclectic taste in ornaments and stuff like that. And then people always give ornaments for Christmas. So my
Yeah.
little tree becomes the tree of all the ornaments that like my friends. I have a couple friends from work that make ornaments for everybody every year. So
Mhm.
those hang from my tiny Christmas tree, and then my mom actually found some that were, I think, her mom's. So they're like tiny little wooden ornaments and they're the best. And so I have those on there too.
On the tiny one,
On the tiny one.
there can be no room left.
Yeah, it's pretty full. It's pretty full. But it's so cute and it's the only thing I can fit in my room. But we do have like the family Christmas tree.
Yeah, like an actual Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's, like a 7-foot Christmas tree, which if it was any taller, I wouldn't be able to handle it. Because I'm always in charge of putting it together and decorating it, so
Yeah.
it has to be. I have to be able to reach the top.
Yes, and you're very short, so
Mm-hmm.
so this one kind of goes along with like a Christmas tree, I guess. This one is decorate the tree or wrap gifts. I'll answer this one.
Oh,
I would rather decorate the tree because I hate wrapping Christmas presents.
I
I
love
am just like
wrapping.
my mom, because my mom used to just give me presents in like the bags they came in, like from the stores.
You could have at least put it in a Christmas bag, Karen.
Like, I
Oh,
remember
I
one year
remember.
she just, like, put everything in, like, an Amazon box, and I was like, "Thanks, mom." She's like, "Here you
That's
go."
funny. See,
Yeah, I don't like
I
wrapping gifts. I'm not good at it. I've never been good at, like, the actual wrapping paper. Like, I'll put
Mhm.
it in a bag, you know, at least make
Yeah,
it
something
look
Christmassy.
decent, but I've
Yeah.
I've never been good at wrapping presents.
Oh, I love wrapping presents. That I don't know, it's hard to pick either one because I love both of them. But most of like because I work retail and I do 6 days leading of a week leading up to Christmas. So most of the time I don't have time to decorate the tree because I'm so dang tired. So my mom normally ends up decorating it, but I will always make time to do the wrapping. I love wrapping gifts. I love wrapping. And for my work wives, I've made it a habit that I've just buy like the plain like craft brown wrapping paper and I draw on it and then I
That
wrap
sounds
it
actually
with
kinda fun.
it is so much fun because every year is like a different theme. So like last year I actually had red craft paper and then I took a chalk marker and drew snowflakes. And then one year I did the brown wrapping paper to make it look like gingerbread house because I had two boxes for each person. So I made it look like a little
That
gingerbread
sounds so
house.
fun. If I
Yeah.
was
So
better at
I
wrapping, that sounds fun, but I just every time I, like, wrap presents, it always, like, one side looks like a toddler did it, like, a toddler got a hold of the wrapping
you
paper, and
use
they
the
were
whole
just,
roll of
like,
tape on
going
it.
ham. Yeah.
So I'll probably have to say wrapping over decorating the Christmas tree because here's the thing: wrapping I will do if I'm half asleep, but decorating the Christmas tree I always like to be awake because and have the music on, decorate the tree. But I don't get to do that most of the time because I'm so tired from work.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Alright, so Christmas dinner or Christmas dinner leftovers?
Oh,
That's tough, but I'm gonna say leftovers because there is just something about
oh, Flash agrees with leftovers. Apparently,
hello, ma'am.
she's like, "You never
There is
give me
just
Christmas dinner. How dare you talk about that? I never get any."
I feel like Christmas and, like, Thanksgiving leftovers just hit differently.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Um,
what do you normally have for Christmas dinner?
so for Christmas, we normally do a ham as our main meat of choice, but it's normally like ham, deviled eggs, it's very similar to Thanksgiving. Mashed potatoes, corn, and then there's normally like a pasta salad, like a macaroni salad or something of some kind.
Mm, delicious.
Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We just do a really simple. It's just the four of us, so we just do a really
Mhm.
simple dinner. But I'm telling you right now, deviled eggs are essential in this household for any holiday. I don't care what holiday it is. All holidays will have
Or
deviled
or
eggs.
just or just
Or just
just in
because.
general, like, because you can just make deviled eggs whenever you want. You know
Yeah.
that?
You
You
know,
It
it's
doesn't have to be a
so
holiday.
it doesn't have to be a holiday, and we have done that before, but it's so weird because like you grow up eating certain foods on certain days that you think, oh,
Right,
it's
yeah.
just for the holiday. And then one time my mom and I like looked at each other and we were just like, we can make whatever we want whenever we want. We are all adults in this household.
We're adults. If you wanna eat a birthday cake on a random Thursday afternoon,
Which
you
I
can do
do.
that. You don't have to
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be someone's birthday.
No. You can
We
just
gotta
go
stop
to
this.
your
We
market and just buy a cake. Go to Costco, buy the giant sheet cake, and it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It
Just
doesn't
buy
matter.
it.
Stop the stigma. Stop the
Yeah.
stigma. Eat holiday foods whenever you want.
Yes. What do you normally eat on Christmas?
Like, it's pretty much the same.
Mhm.
Usually, like, I think Christmas Eve, we'll have, like, lasagna, you know? I
Mm.
feel like that's a pretty Christmassy type of, like, a Christmas Eve dinner,
Yeah.
and then on Christmas, like, we'll do the same thing, pretty
Do you
much.
guys normally do you celebrate both days, or do you do most of the stuff on one day versus the other?
Um,
Like, what
Usually
day
it's
do
like
you
on
do
Christmas.
presents on day Christmas
Christmas,
Day?
yeah, on Christmas, yeah. Yeah.
Because I know some people
Typically,
are Christmas Eve people, and I'm like, that's
mhm.
so weird for me because we do everything Christmas Day.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I've never been like a Christmas Eve celebrator person. My cat is zooming down the hallway. Holy moly. Oh my god. And she's old. She's got the zoomies going on. Um, but also like my like especially like with my mom,
hmm
our Christmas tradition was we would open presents, do whatever, and then like Christmas night, we would
hmm
go to a movie.
hmm We did that
And
one
that
year
was
with you
like
guys.
yeah, and that was like my mom's favorite thing to do. We would do Christmas and then we would go on Christmas Day to the movies and then we did it we'd also do it for New Year's also.
Mm.
So that was like our little tradition.
Yeah, normally we don't do much on Christmas. Christmas Eve is normally just like Christmas movie marathon evening. Um, and then Christmas Day, we get up. There has to be a version of cinnamon rolls involved for
Yes,
breakfast.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And then we open presents. And then normally, because I normally will get either video games, Legos, or new movies, or all of them. So I will normally end up playing or
Doing all that.
building
Yeah.
something. Yeah. Sometimes we'll go out, but most of the time, Christmas Day, we just kind of chill and hang
Mhm.
out. And then, like for New Year's, normally New Year's Day, we'll go shopping because they have their New Year's Day sales for some stores,
Mhm.
but we just normally keep everything low key. Like, I can't
Real
imagine
chill.
being one of those people that, like, get up and get dressed really fancy and then go to a family member's house and have, like, fancy dinner. Like, no, Christmas is meant for pajamas
Yeah, I did
all
that when I
day.
lived in Oregon. One of my mom's friends had invited me over for Christmas, um, like the few years after she had passed away.
Mm
So I spent Christmas with them, and they not only do they have like a big family,
hmm.
so
Yeah.
there's like a lot of them. They do that also. So like I spent Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with them. And Christmas Day we opened presents and then like we had like a very fancy Christmas dinner
mm.
and like it was fun. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But I
I
can't
am a
imagine.
pajama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and also have I have a really small family.
hmm
I'm an only child. So and it's like right now it's just me and my dad, but even growing up it was literally just me, my mom and my dad and then
Yeah.
sometimes my uncle. So like very itty bitty family, not used to the
hmm.
could not imagine having like a super large family and doing Christmas.
Yeah. And then I can't imagine, like, hosting because you
Yeah.
gotta make dinner and no, that's a
And
lot. Like,
get people things when they need them. Like I can't just lay in bed and rot.
yeah. Yeah.
No, thank you. Since you mentioned Christmas movies, let's
hmm
see. Elf or Home Alone?
My gut instinct is Home Alone because obviously that movie's been around longer than Elf, but literally the Santa Claus with Tim Allen, Home Alone, and Elf are like my top 3 Christmas
Those are
movies.
like Christmas movies you have to watch every
Yeah.
year. Like you can't not go a Christmas season without watching it.
Yeah, last year I think the only Christmas movie I watched before Christmas was the Santa Claus, and I literally forced myself to stay awake to watch it. But I was working like an insane amount of hours last year and had like a mental breakdown and everything. So I just needed to sleep, but that was the one movie I'm like I have to freaking watch this now. But a lot of them I actually ended up watching Christmas Day and the day after that because that was the only I could finally
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah. Well, and don't they play Home Alone or maybe it's not Home Oh, A Christmas Story, that's the one that they play all day,
Oh my gosh, they
right?
just loop
Yeah.
it, and I'm like, "Why
Yeah.
don't you just, like, mix it up?"
They're like, "Nope, it's just A Christmas
Only A
Story." That's
Christmas
what we used to
Story.
watch, like, I remember, like,
Yeah.
when I would wake up and, like, my parents would be already in the living room and, like, just that's always what was on when we would open presents, was A Christmas Story.
Yeah. Also, Christmas Vacation, I feel, is also very essential. I love that movie. There's so
I
many good
also
Christmas
wa
movies
well,
out
I
there.
watched There really is. Christmas movies listen, I'm not, like, a huge Christmas movie person, but there are some really good ones, like, last night I watched, I was just putting something on, so I watched The Nightmare Before Christmas. I feel like that's also a
Mm.
classic.
Mhm.
10 out of 10. That's a Christmas and Halloween movie. Boom, 2 in
Yeah, you
1.
can just watch it from October to December, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, just every day until
Yep.
then. Oh, I have an idea for another episode. Anyways, hang on.
Write that down so you don't
I just thought
forget.
about it. I'm dumb. Anyways, just, randomly.
Yeah, so between Home Alone and Elf, I can't choose between those 2, like, that's tied, those are tied.
I would say I know, it's hard. I would say personally, I would pick Elf, but that's because
You
I'm
love
pretty
Will
sure I could just
Ferrell.
quote I love Will Ferrell so much, and I could probably quote that movie from beginning to end, much
Yeah.
like most Will Ferrell movies, because I love him.
I also like Elf too because it's one of those movies I've seen so many times that I can listen to it and I know exactly what's happening. So I could be
Yeah.
wrapping gifts or doing like decorating the tree or doing something else and I will still laugh when the jokes are said and all of that. So I feel like Elf is a good no matter what you're doing, it can be on in the background.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas Home
10 out of 10.
Alone, you have to like pay attention a bit more.
Yeah, mhm. Okay, so now we're gonna do just some Christmassy questions.
Okay.
What is the most memorable present you've ever received?
Oh.
I'm making you think today. You thought you
Yeah.
weren't gonna do any work today, Jamie, huh?
I didn't have to prep, which was nice, but um I'm trying to think because I always clump like my birthday gifts and Christmas gifts like into the same drawer in my mind. So I'm trying to think what was for
Even though
Christmas.
they're not anywhere close together. It's not like
Yeah, they're not. They're a
they're
good
not
4 months apart. Probably I got which is a very stereotypical present, but I got a Queen Amidala from Star Wars bicycle
Ooh.
when I was younger. And I was so excited because one, it was Queen Amidala and she's the best. But two, it was purple. It was not
Ooh.
pink. It was purple and it had the little like tassels on the handlebars and it was amazing. I'm pretty sure that was for Christmas. Don't quote me on that because I don't actually
We'll
remember
just
because I was
pretend like
like,
it was for
we'll say it was
Christmas.
for Christmas. But otherwise, I feel like I've always gotten a gaming system for Christmas. So like I've gotten my Xboxes and not last year, year before, got my PS5.
PlayStation, yeah.
So
Mhm.
um, definitely those. What about you?
I would say I have 2. So
Mm-hmm.
one of them would be we talked about it before actually on our Barbie episode. I
Ah,
got a Barbie airplane for Christmas and it was the best day of my life. I literally thought I was gonna pass out. Um, so that one, and then when I was in elementary school, we moved to Georgia for a little bit, and it was like a weird Christmas year. But I
mm-hmm.
remember like waking up and there was like a light on in our living room, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" So I went out there, and there was like this big fish tank with a bunch of fish in it,
Oh,
and I was so excited. I was like, "Oh my god, Santa brought me a whole fish tank and put the fish in there."
yeah.
Um, so that's probably my most memorable Christmas gift, I would say. I feel like you and I
Mhm.
are very easy people to shop for.
Oh yeah, we're both giant nerds.
Like, I
And
feel like
simple. We're not
anybody.
complicated
Oh,
people.
yeah. No, you can get me literally if it has something to do with my favorite anime, video game, it doesn't matter what it is, I will enjoy it.
And here's the thing too, in both Christmas and birthday gifts, if you get me something, then I'm taking that as you bought this item because you thought I would like it. And so
Yes.
I will like it because you thought I would like it. Like, I don't care
Yeah.
what it is. It could literally be, I've had my friend Christine is a big we're kind of one of those people that, like, if you see a really cool rock, you pick it up and you take it home, right?
Yeah.
She's
Mhm.
literally given me a rock before, and she's like, "This, I thought you would like this rock," and I have it. It's in my room,
You're like,
and
"I
I'm just
love that
like,
rock."
I love that rock. I'm like, I can't believe you thought of me when you picked this rock up. Like, just the fact that you're thinking
Yeah.
about me,
Mhm.
I love. I don't care
Yeah.
what the item is.
Yeah, that's how I feel, and that's why I'm like, anybody if we do anytime we do, like, a Secret Santa or
Hmm.
anything, I'm always like, "Whoever gets me, you're very welcome. You're
Yeah,
very lucky. I'm the easiest person to shop for. I like so many different things." Um, you can probably just purchase the entire store of Hot Topic, and
yeah.
we'd be fine.
Any literally just pick up anything from
Literally?
Hot Topic,
Yeah.
and Casey and I are set. Like, it doesn't even
Yeah.
matter if we're a part of
We
that
love it.
fandom. We'll go, "Ooh, that looks cool," and then keep it forever. But the
Yeah.
only thing that is hard is because we're both nerds, but I in particular am a fan of a lot of things that are no longer on television anymore.
Mhm.
So it's become slightly harder to shop for me because, like, they've really stopped. Like, Supernatural is the most prominent example, because they don't really sell anything Supernatural in stores anymore. It's you have to buy everything online. And so my
Mhm.
friends that are out of
Yeah.
state are always like, "Well, what do you want?" And I'm like, "I have no idea. I don't know what I want." I used to be really good at making lists of things that I wanted, and then now I'm just like
Same.
the worst at making lists of things that I wanted. But they're like, "What do you want?" And because, well, I think it was last Christmas, my friend George, who's Wyatt's mom, she was
Yes.
trying to get me something for Christmas, and she was like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Honestly, I have no idea." Like, there was nothing that, like, last year was just not the year that I was meant to buy a bunch of stuff for Christmas or be shopped for Christmas. There was just
That's how I
nothing
feel
out.
this year.
Yeah, there was just nothing out there, and I was just like, it's, I don't care if you get me a present. I know my friends like to give me stuff just like I like to give them stuff. But she ended up buying me some shoes and like a couple of shirts and like kind of random bits because we went to the mall together. So just like random bits and bobs. But she was like, "I don't know why, but this year for you, it's really hard. You're really hard to shop for." And I was like, I found that too because um, as the responsible eldest daughter of my family, I do a lot of the Christmas shopping, but also I buy all of my own gifts and then I wrap them and I put them into I well, technically my parents pay for them, but I'm the one
But
doing the
you pick them
actual
out, yeah.
shopping. I'm the one ordering them and they, all that. So I was just like, yeah, I didn't really see anything I wanted either. So that's the only hard part about being a part of a fandom that is either not on television or not super popular because then it's hard to find stuff. But uh, both Casey and I, we are fans of so many different things that you'll find something
Mhm.
somewhere. Or like,
Yeah.
apparently, I've had a lot of strange and random conversations with my friend Tabitha because for last Christmas, she gave me a disco ball to hang in my room.
But it's a
And
cool disco ball.
it is. It's amazing. It has lights and it twirls. It's absolutely amazing. And I love it to death. And I was just like, I laughed when I opened it and I was like, "What made you think of that?" I mean, I love it, but what made you? She goes, "We were talking about it one time and you had commented you would want a disco ball in your room. So I bought you one." And I went, "Oh." And then she also bought me a rain stick, the little shh
Oh, yeah,
things
yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah, because I told her, I go, "That's one of the most satisfying noises in the universe." And so she bought me rain sticks and I have one of those. So I love when people do random things like that.
Yeah, every year so the last, like, 3 years, I'd say, I decided, "You know what? I'm just gonna make everybody's life easier," especially, like, my family that lives out of state,
Mhm.
and I have been making Amazon lists, and then I just share them on, like, my Facebook or
Oh.
whatever. So I
Yeah.
just put whatever I want in there. I'll put, like, a bunch of random things, some super cheap, some higher ex like, more expensive things, just, like, random
Yeah.
things. And then I'm just like, so when somebody's like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "Here
And
you
you're like,
go. Here's my
"Here."
list." um, but this year I was making my list and I'm like, I don't even know what I want. Like,
Yeah.
typically I go for like some practical things. I put some practical things on my list.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
last year I put a lunchbox on my list.
Nice.
And this year, which also by the way, I learned last year, um, if you're gonna so I put multiple different things on my so I put multiple different lunch boxes on there because 'cause I'm like, "Okay, well,
Uh-huh.
these are the ones that I like." So, people can pick one. I got 2 lunch boxes because 2 different
Oh,
people bought them. So
that's
if you're gonna do
funny.
that, just make sure, people can will buy duplicate like, you'll get multiple.
Yeah. But hey,
Because like
honestly, if you
last
find a
year.
good lunchbox, then there's nothing
Oh,
that
yeah.
beats a
I
good
mean, I
lunchbox.
use them both, absolutely.
Yeah,
Um,
alternate.
but
I don't know
yeah,
about
this
you,
year
but I
I
always
was
end up
just.
spilling stuff in my lunchbox,
Oh, yeah,
so
same, same. This year it was just I don't know, I, like, have been having a difficult time putting stuff in my list, like, right now, I think I have 4 things in there. Um, I have a lot of books in there, even though I have a lot of books I still
yeah.
need to read.
There's no such thing as too
Um,
many books, so
no.
I just
No,
bought 3
absolutely
books
not.
today actually, so did I need 3 books? No, because I have a huge stack of books I need to read, but, um, my mom had to go to Food for Less, and right next to Food for Less, there's a used bookstore, and so I was like, I'm gonna go in the bookstore," and I walked out with 3 books, so but,
Then there's nothing wrong with that.
no. But also for Christmas, I will try to make a lot of stuff. I try to,
Yeah, and
so
honestly, if you can ever get into friendship with Jamie, she makes the coolest shit ever. Like, honestly, some of the best gifts that I've gotten have been, like, shit you made me, like the, like, hair tool thing,
Oh,
the,
yeah,
like,
it's
hair
like
tool
a
bag.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I, like,
love
use
that
that
thing.
all the time.
Yeah, I try to when I make stuff for people, I try to make it practical that like something that you would use. So like I've made the little hot tool storage things which you can I love for travel in particular because
Mhm.
you can set it on the counter and then set your hot tool on top. Um but also like because like in my bathroom at home I have such little counter space and my brother likes to splash water all over the counter so I can't leave my hot tools out so you can still put them in the bag when they're warm because they're heat
Yeah.
proof.
Yeah, it's
But
great.
I try to do like that and like makeup bags and like stuff you'll use. I do like Casey, you're gonna be getting a couple t-shirts this year because that's what
Oh.
I've been in the mood for making, which I know you don't have a problem with. But
Oh,
I try to do
I'm a
something that
t-shirt
like
junkie.
you guys will use instead of it just being like another thing that you throw in a drawer and forget kind of thing.
I think my favorite was when you made the army of Totoros.
Oh yeah. That
You
was
made,
so
like,
much
everybody
fun.
different, like, Totoro patterns. She made,
Yeah.
like how many did you make? You made a bunch of them.
I think I made probably about like I feel like it was like 10 or 12.
Yeah, it's a
But
bunch of
yeah,
little
cuz
Totoros. They were
so
so cute.
everybody got like a different color of a pattern that made me think of them and so yeah, that was and they were actually really easy to make. So that was a lot of
Yeah, I
fun.
wish
I
I
try
had
to
that
do that
talent.
too. Try to do that where like everybody gets the same thing but it's personalized to you. So
Yeah,
like
that's cool, and that's cool because then you can customize it to
yeah.
where it's, like, for them,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah, because like a couple years ago for my trio of work wives, my mom friend group, where I'm the only one who's not a mom, we're all big Supernatural fans. So they and again, Supernatural is one of those fandoms that you either find stuff all the time or you find nothing. And I had been wanting a Supernatural sweatshirt of some kind, but I never liked any of the designs from any of the places, and so I made them. So we each got a different color, in according to our favorite colors. So, but they're all slightly different. So stuff like that is fun. I
Yeah,
like making people
that's fun.
stuff.
Yeah, and you're good at it, so I wish I was better at
Thanks.
things. I mean, I could be good at things, but I do things and then I go, I'm not good at this. I'm not perfect at this right now. I give up.
Yeah, yeah. But you've given me stuff that you've made and I still have a lot of it. I still
That's
have
true. That's true.
I can't remember when you made it for me, but cuz I am a big fan of the UK and London, and Casey had made me a Union Jack. Painted me. You painted me a Union Jack flag.
I did.
Um
It's still hanging up.
it's still hanging up in my room, and that was in like a high school, so it's been up there for a long time. And then I think it was a couple years ago. You made me a tissue. Well, I used it as a tissue box holder, but it was basically a wooden cube that
Oh, yeah,
has
I forgot
the
about that.
different like fandoms that I like on the side. So I use it. It fits a regular cube tissue box in it perfectly. So like I still have that sitting next to my bed. So you make me stuff, and I keep it and I use
That's
it and
true.
I love
That's
it.
true. That's true. I try to be creative, but I also like to procrastinate as
Yeah.
well. So I like the week of Christmas, I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess I can't make anything." I'm like, "Shoot, that's so crazy. Time just
Yeah.
flies by."
You're like, oh no, it's already Christmas. Well, I guess I'm ordering everybody's stuff off Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah, then I don't have to pay for shipping or anything. It's great.
Yeah. But also the hard thing about like making stuff for people is like I like a lot of my friends live out of state now. So I have to ship it. And shipping is
Yeah, I know,
expensive,
same.
especially during the
Shipping is
holidays. So I'm
expensive.
like,
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this one says name an outdoor winter activity you enjoy or would like to learn. I'm gonna adjust it to
mhm.
like, like, is there like a Christmas activity that like, you go ice skating? Is there something you do around the holidays? Christmassy? I know we both work retail, so it's hard.
Yeah. I feel like at some point I normally will go with somebody to see Christmas lights
Hmm.
somewhere. Um, but that's really kind of it because most of the time around Christmas where I live, it's not snowing quite
It's
yet.
not
I mean,
Christmassy. Yeah.
yeah, so like I would love to make like tubing. I love going tubing in the snow because that's so much fun. But you have to drive, which I mean, I have to drive like what, 2 hours, 3 hours, which isn't far, but when you're dead tired from working 6 days a week, it's kind of hard. But
Hmm.
I feel like the most time that Christmas tradition is sitting on the couch watching Christmas movies. My mom and I are both big Hallmark people. So even though it's the same story with just a different cast, we will sit and watch all of them. But that's pretty much
Yeah.
it. We don't like, and we go Christmas shopping. We'll go out and go to the mall and stuff like that. But I don't think we really have like a tradition. I think probably the one tradition we do with like the whole family is we will drive to the, oh gosh, I can't even think of what it's called. There's a Bass Pro Shop in Rancho Cucamonga. We go out to Rancho Cucamonga to that mall that's there. They got a Bass Pro, and we'll just cruise around and do some shopping. But that's really kind of the only activity we do.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I look at Christmas lights. There's like a house in the town that I live in, and
Hmm.
they decorate their entire house. It's crazy. It's like a whole, like, I can't even imagine how many lights there are. Um, so I'll usually go look at that at least once a year. And then I used to go ice skating like with my friends and like my mom's
Oh.
friends. But ice skating hurts my feetsies. And so I get about 2 laps in and then my feet hurt and then I'm done.
Might have to get you some Croc ice skates.
I know. They should make croc ice skates. I would definitely wear
Throw them into
them.
sport mode.
Yeah. I'd be going fast. Listen, we love crocs in this household, okay?
No, we don't. It's a very divided household on that front.
You either love them or you hate them, and
Yeah.
everybody should love them.
But yeah, Casey and I have both worked retail for basically the entire time we've been working. So
Mhm.
Christmas for us is a very I'm gonna stay at home in my
Yeah.
PJs with a pile of
Mhm.
blankets and a bunch of movies and just chill out because it's the only time we get to relax during this season.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, before we started recording, Christmas Eve, so both of us work jobs where
Ah,
our job is closed on Sundays and Christmas Eve is on a Sunday, which is amazing,
yes.
just amazing.
And then
We love it.
is your store closed on Christmas Day too?
Yes.
Yeah, so is mine. So we get like 2 days off for the
Yeah.
actual holiday, which is amazing. Because normally, I
Yes,
think
it's
for the past
wonderful.
couple years, I've worked Christmas Eve, which
Yeah, me too.
we closed early, but it's still like closing. I'm still not home until 8:30 at night, so it's
Yeah,
not
one
very
year I worked,
early.
oh my gosh. I worked at so I used to work at Hot Topic, and if you've ever been into a Hot Topic, you know that they are not very roomy. I guess it depends on which Hot Topic you go to.
Yeah,
Most of them are really tiny, and the
and
one
they're
that I worked
crammed
at
full.
was yeah, they're crammed. I remember one year I worked Christmas Eve, and I was, like, tucked away in the corner. I literally couldn't move anywhere.
Oh my
I was, like,
gosh.
stuck in the corner trying to help people as they, like, shoved their way through me, and I'm like, "I'm just gonna stand here. If you need any help in this corner, I got you."
Yeah,
But it was insane. I was like, "This is absolute madness." And then, it's Christmas Eve, and we don't have a lot left in stock, and people are
yeah.
like, "Well, do you have this in another size?" And I'm like, "Everything I have
No,
is right
out on the
here."
floor.
Um,
Yep.
it's Christmas Eve, just in case you forgot.
Yeah. I also hate too because like we I everybody wants to be home for the holidays and depending on where you work in retail, they try their best to like get you out, but they also still want to make money. And so you
Mhm.
get stuck working shifts like that and they're so busy. I mean, my store is normally dead Christmas Eve. I get a lot of telephone calls on Christmas Eve. Do you guys still have paper plates and napkins? No. You should have came 3 weeks ago when we had them.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of that and then for it being like Christmas Eve, a lot of customers aren't very nice. And I'm
No,
like,
they're not. Because 'Cause they're
yeah, so
stressed because it's Christmas Eve, and I'm like, "Whose fault is that?" Listen, I am not a type of person who will get my shit in order before the week before Christmas is usually when I get my shit in order. I do procrastinate, but I try not to procrastinate it to Christmas Eve because I personally don't like people. I'm
yeah.
not trying to be in crowded lines where people are
No.
mad because they're
Absolutely not.
shopping last minute.
Yeah, and then there's always like only like a couple cashiers working at whatever store you
Mhm.
go into. So the line's always huge. People are crabby because they got to be somewhere and I'm just like I don't know what to tell you except to do this earlier. Like I
Yeah.
we're trying to give at least from management point of view, we try to give most people the day off so they can celebrate with their families. Some people go out of town, so we try to give them time for that. So we don't want to be there. And then the fact that you're mad that we don't have more people there, like, I don't know what to tell you. Just go away.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I don't even like going to work on Christmas Eve
Mm hmm.
because I have to leave the house and I know how much traffic. And I live in a small town, so like
Yeah.
there's not traffic per se, but
There's still
um
more
there's
people
just
than
too
you'd
many
like.
people. Yeah. I think I went out where was I went to the store I think the day before Thanksgiving, and I was like, "Why is it so busy in here?" And then I was like I literally just
Oh,
needed, like, one thing too, and I was like, "Oh my god, there's so many people here."
yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." I like Christmas. I don't like the stress of Christmas.
Yeah. I love
Um,
Christmas.
Yeah, oh, I have a question.
Okay.
Welcome to the inside of my brain.
Yep.
Um, what is your favorite Christmas treat? Christmas flavor? Christmas. Okay, I'm gonna answer this first. Um,
Okay.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna ask
I'm
you a
gonna ask you
question,
this
but I'm
question,
gonna
but I'm
answer.
gonna answer first.
You shut up, Jamie. It's my turn to talk. My favorite Christmas treat is eggnog, and
Ew.
I just found out. All right, I'm canceling this podcast. If anybody wants to be my new co-host, please apply at.
Okay.
Anyways, I just found
Anyway.
out they made I just found out they made almond milk eggnog, and I'm so excited. I need to
Oh.
find it ASAP. But I guess I'll ask you now, even though your opinion literally doesn't matter anymore.
Okay. Here's the thing. I don't like store bought eggnog.
Okay.
I made eggnog last year, and I only got a sip, but I liked it better than store bought eggnog. Also, the amount
Yeah.
of actual eggs in eggnog is absolutely insane. I think I had to use like 12 eggs, and I'm like, what is this?
What is happening here?
But like, my mom won't like, because the rest of the family likes eggnog, so they'll buy like the little carton of Altadena eggnog, and I'm just like, bleh.
Mhm.
um, it's just not appetizing to me. But I would say my favorite flavor of Christmas would have to be, I would say, a tie between cinnamon and cranberry.
Ooh, cranberry is good.
Cranberry
Cranberry
is
is a good
so
one.
good. Costco came out with a cranberry margarita, like the big like gallon jug of margarita you can buy from Costco. And it's cranberry, and I think technically there's wine in it, but it's so good. And cranberry just makes me think Christmas, both in scent and flavor.
Yeah, I also love the what is they had like a Sprite cranberry, didn't they?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
that
the
shit was
ginger
literally
ale.
so good.
The
Oh
ginger ale
god.
cranberry is so good. Um, but I think my favorite Christmas scent that's I associate with Christmas, but I technically like it all year round, is Bath and Body's flannel scent.
Mhm.
I like it because I like to think that's what Dean Winchester smells like.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a
there's
good
there's a
sense.
little
It's a good sense.
tidbit
I'm
of
not
my
lying.
brain. Um, and also Bath and Body's candy apple, the candy apple scent. Ugh, that screams Christmas to me. And then
See, when I
obviously the
think of
smell of Christmas
Christmas,
trees.
yeah, Christmas trees. I also think like when I think like Christmas, like flavors, I think a lot of like peppermint mocha because like
Oh,
everything is pepperminty.
I love
And I can
peppermint.
only drink peppermint mochas
I love
occasionally.
peppermint hot
Like,
chocolate.
oh yeah, that's good too.
Oh, so good. You know what else is a really good flavor? That the reason I started eating this chocolate was because I watch a bunch of UK YouTubers and they kept talking about this chocolate, and I was like, I need to try it, and I love it. Is the Terry's chocolate orange.
Oh yes. Oh, so
So
good.
good. Chocolate and orange flavored anything. Oh my gosh, amazing. But yes, I love peppermint during Christmas as well. I normally will buy myself the smallest box I can find of the mini candy canes, and then I'll just eat those. That's like my candy of the season. That, and then
Yeah, peppermint bark is mine. I will buy
ooh,
every bag of peppermint bark and then just like hoard it
yeah.
until I run out because they only have it during Christmas and it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's white chocolate, milk chocolate, and peppermint. Delish.
Mhm. So good. Also an essential, I feel like to any season, but particularly Christmas, is the Reese's peanut butter trees.
Hmm.
It has to be the
Which are
tree
better
shaped
than the
one.
regular ones, yes.
Yes. Oh, so yeah, those always make me think of Christmas. Oh. I'm so hungry.
Now I want some sweet treats. I love
Mhm.
Christmas because I love I'm a sweets girl.
Mhm.
So if somewhere has like a Christmas treat, you gotta get yourself a little treat every day.
Yeah.
And it's the season. So go out today or tomorrow or every day until
Yeah.
Christmas and buy yourself a
Get
little Christmas treat.
a little Christmas tree. Have you
Yeah.
tried the sugar plum cheese Danish from Starbucks?
I haven't, but that sounds delicious.
It's so good, and it's so hard to find because it's always sold out everywhere. But it's so good. You should try
That
it.
sounds that sounds so good. I tried their they had like that. I don't know if they still have it this year, but they had the apple macchiato and that shit's nasty.
Oh,
Don't drink it. Ugh.
Diego liked that flavor.
See, I don't know if my problem was I just got like the straight apple syrup when I
Oh,
took a sip of it because it tasted like apple perfume
oh
and I
yeah,
did not like it.
yeah. I think that came out with the fall stuff this year
Oh, did it?
instead of Christmas. Yeah, because this year it's the sugar. Is it the sugar cookie or gingerbread cookie or something?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and then they have the gingerbread chai, which I did try this year. I get a dirty
Oh,
chai,
yeah.
and it's really good. But if you don't like sweet tea or like sweet coffee,
Mm-hmm.
get it with like half of the gingerbread syrup, because it is super
Oh.
sweet. But if you like
Mm-hmm.
chai, um, it's delicious.
Mm.
They had
I'll
a
have
pu-
to
they
try
I
that.
tried their pumpkin chai too. That's
Oh, the
like
pumpkin
you
chai
can
is
just put anything
delish.
with anything with chai, delish.
Yeah.
That's everything I had for this episode. Do you have anything more Christmassy, tidbitty, anything?
I don't think so. I'll think of something when we end the podcast. But I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay, let's ask the viewers, the listeners. I guess they don't view it. The listeners
They view it with their
are.
ears.
Let's ask our number one listener, other Jamie. um, what? Let's see. What is your? Let's ask the listeners what your favorite holiday tradition is. If you
Yes.
have one, do you have a holiday tradition that you do? I don't have a holiday tradition anymore, but I did used to go, like I said, I would go to the movies.
Hmm.
Now I just kick it with my dad and we just hang out and watch TV, which is what I do
Yeah,
anyways. But
it's true. It's just holiday edition.
yeah, holiday edition. It's the edition in the pajamas.
Yes. And with holiday movies or TV shows.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, whatever you prefer. I love doing that also. I do it for Thanksgiving and I do it for Christmas, but I love finding like especially like the cartoons, so like Family Guy, Bob's
Mm.
Burgers,
You watch the
American
holiday
Dad, all that. I'll
episodes?
find all the holiday episodes and watch them because like Bob's Burgers has great holiday episodes.
So does SpongeBob.
Um yes. Yes. So that is something that I do is watch all the holiday episodes of those TV shows.
So
But
yes, let us
yeah.
know
Or if you
your
don't celebrate
traditions.
Christmas, what do you celebrate? What do you do? Cuz it's not all about Christmas. We got Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and
Kwanzaa
all the
and
holidays. Yeah.
yeah. We just happen to celebrate Christmas, but let us know what your traditions are. If you celebrate something other than Christmas, do you still watch holiday themed movies in your pajamas like we do for Christmas? But just let us know. We'll leave a ask box somewhere on this app.
Somewhere. It'll be somewhere. You'll see it somewhere. And also make sure to follow us on all of the social media, which we always
Yes.
have
Yes.
in the thing.
We do.
We have been getting better at uploading.
We
So we're
have.
doing like despite the holiday craziness, we're still at it. We're still
Yep.
at it.
We're still here. We're still going. It's
The
pretty. I'm
boys are
surprised.
back, baby.
Not that we ever
We
went
never left, but
anywhere.
we're back.
So
uh,
yeah, follow us on all social media. Don't forget to follow us here. Um, also, which we will have to do a whole episode dedicated to this. But Casey's Super Bowl of the Spotify Wrapped
yes,
has
that
been
was what I was
here.
thinking of.
Has been here.
I was like,
You're
Yes.
like, we gotta
Uh-huh.
talk about that.
Yes.
But I did want to thank everybody who had us as number one for their podcast for this year. We greatly appreciate it. We're so excited to see so many of you having us as number one. And we've had a lot of fun doing this podcast. We
Yeah,
are
and we're
just
just
getting
getting
started.
started.
So
Mhm.
stay tuned and we will see you guys in the next episode. So goodbye.
Bye.